Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 23. In today's video we're going to be here in the Termas de Rio Hondo circuit of Argentina, doing some time trial with the satellite Yamaha custom build version in the game. However, we have something more to discuss in today's video, and that is courtesy from Pyrex Zero. He made a comment recently on a previous video stating that he uses engine brake 1, and he would love to hear my feedback on trying the very first option of engine brake. So I have never deviated from engine brake 4. I did a couple of laps in Estoril a few days ago as well, I do believe, where I used engine brake 5 just because I simply forgot to change it. And honestly, it was hard to tell the difference. 5 and 4 are really good. I have tried 3 in Moto 2, but I can't say I really noticed much of a difference from bouncing between either of those. But getting into the territory of the lower digit numbers such as engine brake 2 and then engine brake 1 seems a little bit more questionable for me. I don't know how that's going to mould with my style, if it's going to work or if it's going to completely not. I also don't find that too much of the changes of the electronics make that much of a difference when it comes to the engine brake, especially in the previous games. But here in MotoGP 23, I haven't tried it yet, so let's see what we can do. So the best part of understanding what the differences are when trying anything new in MotoGP 23 is to use the same settings, the same positions, the same setups, the same everything, the same calibration that you would normally do a good chunk of laps, and then incorporate the new idea. Now, as you know, I don't use any setups. I don't change any of the calibration settings, so the only thing I need to do is a good couple of laps at my preferred electronic settings. As you can see in the bottom right corner of your screen, we are using Traction Control 2. I find that gives me a very good amount of speed coming out of the corners, but not too reduced, so I get wheel spin. It's a very good balance on TCS2. You may have seen the video I did recently where I debunked that, well, not debunked, I actually improved my, I actually listened and agreed with you guys, so you guys proved me wrong, let's say, and we go for TCS2 rather than TCS3 that I was on for such a long time. Anti-wheelie will remain on 3. I do find a good balance with 3 and 4. It bounces around with depending on the circuit. Engine brake, of course, will be changing throughout this video, but it is still engine brake 4 for now, and the power option 3, just to keep everything on the same power options. Something to note, I am using the medium front and the soft rear. The medium front will get hot during each of these laps, but it will cool down going onto the long straight, so I'm not too concerned with the tyres getting rather worn down and hot in temperature for the latter stages of today's video. So this is a second lap. It's going to probably something similar to what I said early on today when I was just getting into the rhythm and groove of the Termas de Rio Hondo. It's not a circuit I'm very good at. I do like the circuit a lot, but I can't say I play it enough to really be good or consistent in this track. But as it stands, I'm 0.2 of a second down from the lap time I set earlier with this particular Yamaha. I don't actually mind this Yamaha of all the custom teams. The rest of them look really bad, but this one kind of looks pretty good. With the white, the black, the red, very classic Yamaha style from many, many moons ago. What, 50, 60 years ago they've been using that livery. So I do really like this particular brand of bike and this particular version of the custom team. But out of the first split, we're down by 33,000 of a second. And I'm hoping we can actually improve on this lap because this is my preferred setting. But honestly, I'm really, really interested to know if we go through this and end up being quicker with engine brake 1, then we're going to just get even faster. We've got the upcoming Cup. In fact, the Cup has probably already taken place by now, but I'm recording this before the Cup. And even probably more live GP races I'm doing as well. So if you're watching and you've seen me drop down to engine brake 1, then you'll know what the score is in this particular video. But if I'm still on engine brake 4 at that point, then rest assured it probably didn't work for me. But I do implore you to try different things. I know you guys ask me a lot of things where it's what's the best version. Oh, I just got too tight to the apex there, and unfortunately I did invalidate the lap. Now it's not going to make such a big difference in the sense of lap times, but that's a shame. So into the right hand side and onto the power. We'll dive into the left hand side, and it's going to be close to an improvement, but not quite. 2,000 of a second difference from the previous lap. How close is that? But yeah, getting back to the point I was making is that I don't change much settings, and I know you guys ask me a lot about settings, suspension changes, electronics, which one's the best to use, and honestly, for me, you've got to try them all. You've got to try different things. What works for me may not work for you, and this is a prime example in today's video. What Pyrex Zero may suggest may not work for you, and it may not work for me, but there's probably a couple of you out there that will take on board his advice and become ultimately faster. Plenty of different decisions to make and different things to try, so definitely try them all. Be a kid in a sweet shop and try everything. So, out to turn 5. We are down by 0.3 of a second, so this lap is probably not going to result in anything special, but we're not really looking at improving the lap times. It's all about being consistent, how you feel with the bike, and I've got to say, this feels perfect for me. I think the Yamaha is excellent here in MotoGP 23. I'm still deciding in which order I should place the bikes for my top 6 bikes video in MotoGP 23, so definitely stay tuned for that, and if you're not yet subscribed, now is a great time to do so, because this lap will not count. But after this one, we'll be dropping down to Engine Brake 1, so I implore you to subscribe now so you don't miss any of Engine Brake 1's footage. So, into turn 13, very tight to the apex there, almost kissing the rumble strip, but now to the left-hand side, across the line. Let's now reduce down to Engine Brake number 1, and let's see how this feels. Into the right-hand side. Oh, struggled to stop that one actually a little bit. Could be a placebo effect, but it did feel like I couldn't really slow down, or at least something wasn't helping me slow down, let's say. Oh yeah, it feels peculiar. I wasn't expecting the engine brake to feel significantly different, and it doesn't, but I just couldn't really get the bike stopped there. It felt strange, and I think reducing the engine brake may mean that we need to spend a lot more time on the fat part of the tyre, braking heavily, rather than chucking it into corners and trail braking. Felt quite consistent into turn 5. That actually felt a little bit better than it had been doing on the previous laps, but put myself in a situation where I'm very tight to the apex of turn 5 and 6. Doesn't give you that run going into the next couple of corners. So into turn 7, I'm not confident in going into turn 7, as a matter of fact. I feel like I'm using a little bit more tyre. Could just be, again, trying to get used to things, so it'll give me a moment or two. But the first lap is certainly not an improvement. It's not an improvement like we had with TCS2, where the second we changed the electronics value, we immediately went quicker, and the results were just quite clearly on display. From the riding, from the times, everything was looking better. But into the right-hand side, again, the thing I can explain it is it feels like something is not holding you back. Now, when I use Engine Brake 4, I would say that it aids you going into the corner. It helps you with the braking, but here it's very raw. So I feel if I've made a mistake with the braking, that's completely on me, and going deep into these corners, I'm going to have to change my riding style, probably brake a little bit later, or, God forbid, brake harder. And I think braking hard is working, but you can see the medium front's getting really hot now. I don't think this suits my style, you know. I really don't. Braking extremely aggressively is not my thing. I like to gradually brake in and be very careful with the front brake. But hard on the brakes again, I'm not enjoying this, to be honest with you. I don't like the feeling. Lost a bit of time going into turn 5, but nothing exponential, if I could speak properly. And then into the left-hand side of 6. This is a corner I never particularly feel strong in for turn 7, and yeah, I can't put my finger on it. It feels loose. It feels very loose. It feels like Engine Brake 4 is giving you some assistance and it's helping you with the braking. Not to slow you down, but the stability, let's say. Where with this bike, I feel like I've got a bit more control, but not in a good way. It's really hard to explain. It just feels significantly different in a negative way. I'm going to have to do a few more laps here. I'm certainly not going to write it off there, because we're getting back into the lap times now. So this is a 1:34.836, so that puts us back into the lower, or the higher echelon of the 1:34s. And now into the first corner. Yeah, I'm just beginning to second guess and question where I should brake in these corners. It's certainly a unique feeling. again, going into the left-hand side there, I would probably say the engine brake would help slow me down into the middle of the corner, only using a select amount of front brake, where you try and reduce the speed going into the right-hander or left-hander in that case. And I'm really confused on this one. I'm going to brake extremely late here and extremely hard, later than I would usually do, and that seems to have benefited us. Didn't look too bad actually going into the right-hander there. We actually gained time as well, so it is definitely the approach now to brake a lot more heavier in straight line braking, get the fat part of the tyre to work, and then in the middle of the corners you can still trail brake quite a bit. But I wouldn't recommend the trail braking side because it's really heating up the front tyre. I don't think this suits my style, honestly. This has been very interesting though. I did not expect that to make a difference. You know, there's probably a good balance in there for me now to consider maybe engine brake 2 or possibly engine brake 3, but 4 has always been my go-to engine brake in this game. Now into the right hand side, difficult corner to get right here into the 13th corner. Not bad apex, but we lost a lot of time. Into the left hand side, across the line, it's a 1:34.7, so we are improving steadily. So I'm going to give it another lap here with engine brake 1, and then I'm going to refer back to engine brake 4 to really understand the feeling. It would be hard to say what value the number would be on if I didn't know, but I would know there's been a change. Now, I usually find we're trying people's suspension settings or any of the settings available within MotoGP 23, and I always find that nothing has made a difference. But here, the electronics I find are the big difference maker, and I'm really not closer to making my mind up if this is... It's certainly not bad, and I'm still getting to grips with it, but it feels different. It doesn't feel comfortable. I like the way we can really slide the rear, and then again, we're up actually by 1,000 of a second here, so that puts us in the bracket of actually improving. Very tight to the apex there for turn 7. I completely messed that up really on the corner. Yeah, I think the key here is, as I mentioned earlier, is to do a lot of the braking in the middle of the tyre, get that really working, but I can't say that's an issue of mine. I don't really lose much front stability when the tyres wear down because of the gentle braking. If I was the heavy, aggressive braker, I would notice this one a lot more. I would definitely pose this question to you guys. I'm really curious to see what you guys think. Across the line, we actually almost improved there. It's a 1:30.4668. So let's get back over to engine brake 4, and let's see how it can... Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, that's it. That's it. It's beautiful. It feels really good. I find that with the first engine brake, I was sort of drifting away from where I wanted to be, but here in engine brake 4 it just feels like I'm cutting those tighter apexes and just having a nicer, smoother riding experience. I don't know how visible it was in the video for you guys to see, but for me this feels noticeably more comfortable. And into the brakes here for the right hander, yeah, it feels a lot better. It's just very, very slightly different, which along certain corners, so for example this one coming up now for turn 7, we're on the deep left hand side here, we'll brake at the shadow, let's see how we can go in there. Yeah, I just feel much better there, really, really clean, and we didn't even cut the apex like we did in the previous lap, just able to aim to where I want to go, brake in that point and hit the apex exactly where I'm looking through. Yeah, I'm happy, I think I've made my decision, guys and girls. Engine brake 4 is where I will stay. Really pleased to try this out though, because you never know. Trying traction control 2 and 1, 3, everything else has been a difference maker when I tried those. Trying the anti-wheelie is probably our next step. I think we should really look into that. Engine brake though has been a decent success here, and across the line it's 1:34.635, which is still a very consistent pace. Engine brake 4 just seems to be exactly where I want to be, and I'm really keen to try this. I'm really happy I've tried it. Let me know in the comment section down below if you are also going to be trying this, because I'd love to know what your guys' feedback is. I'm always keen to know what you guys use and how you like to expend your time within MotoGP 23. So this will be the last lap of today's video, and then we will come back to either this or to look at some different electronic settings for me to try, because this has been very eye-opening, and I'm happy to say that I've been using the setting that works for me. But if we've opened somebody's eyes here in today's video, and someone's going to find extra speed by reducing that engine brake, extra confidence as well, then I think we've done a pretty good job, and I've done my good job as a content creator, so I'm pleased with this one. Really enjoyed trying this out. So guys, of course, don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and of course, hit the like button as well, so I know that you like these kind of videos. I don't expect you to comment, but knowing that you've liked the videos means I should do more videos like this, so yeah, let me look into that into the future. But for now, I'm really happy with this performance. I'm a little bit disappointed with that entrance into the left-hander there, as we will lose time, and now into the right-hand side. Oh, didn't have the confidence there. I was actually braking like we're in engine brake 1. So this is not going to be a good lap, but across the line it will be a 1:34.869. There you are then, guys. Those are my 10 laps on screen. As you can see, lap 9, 1:8.2. Yeah, they were all with engine brake 4 from lap, what, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7, I think. Maybe 8. Maybe 8 actually. 8 was engine brake 1. But I would say that engine brake 4 is certainly the superior braking electronic setting for me. So I'm happy with the results. But guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what your results are in the comment section down below, and I'll chat to you in there later on. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will say ciao for now. Oh, hi. Didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.